have your arms open wide. Have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And just look up at the ceiling. So everything is centralized. Relax your shoulders down and start to move your knees gently from side to side. You can start to look over the shoulder on the opposite side. So slowly moving from one side to the other, feeling that stretch in the lower back, all the way up to the upper back and the neck. And then go all the way over to one side and stop. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale over to the other side. Coming back to center with the inhale. Through your nose if you can, and exhaling over to the other side, looking over the opposite shoulder. Nice. And inhale and bring those knees to center. And you're going to take a hold of those knees with your hands. Just hug those knees into your chest to stretch out that lower back. So if you think about it, this is like a cat stretch. And you can lift your head up, bring your forehead towards your knees, really rounding through that back. Good. And then bring your feet down. We're just going to do a glute bridge, which is like doing that cow stretch. We're looking up at the ceiling and then bringing those hips down and hugging those knees into your chest again. Now put your feet flat on the floor, but this time have some space between them. So have them slightly wider than hip width apart, arms out wide. And again, knees are going to go from side to side. So you'll feel this more in the hips, less in the back. We're just starting with some gentle movement. One side to the other. Don't force that range of motion. Just let your body tell you how far it wants to go. And then stop on one side. Inhale back to center and exhale over to the other side. One more time on each side, so using the inhale to come up. Exhaling over. And with this breath, if you can, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Allowing the slow movement to slow the breath down. And inhale those knees back to center. And again, we're going to lift the feet up off the floor and take one knee in one hand and the other knee in the other hand and draw circles with those knees. Nice. Slow it down, really slow it down, really feel that movement of the thigh bone in the hip socket. Just warming up all those soft tissues around the hip. And then change direction. This is probably going to feel weird in the opposite direction. That's it, nice and slow. Good. The hips, the strongest part of the body. Lots of big, strong muscles attached to them. Now let the right foot come down to the floor. Keep the knee bent. We're going to stretch our hamstring. So send the left foot up towards the ceiling. And interlace your fingers on that upper back of the thigh, avoiding the back of the knee. Rotate through that left ankle in one direction and then the other. And then inhale, and as you exhale, push into the heel. So flex that foot. Feel that stretch down the back of the leg. Inhaling, and as you exhale, place that foot down on the floor and lift the right leg up. Take a hold of the back of the right thigh. Interlacing your fingers and rotating through the ankle. And then stop moving the foot. Inhale, and as you exhale, push through the heel. So flexing that foot and feeling the stretch all the way down the backs of your legs. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, bring the foot down. We're going to bring the knees and the feet together, arms open wide, and move those knees from side to side again. So inhaling to center and exhaling over to the side. You probably find there's a lot less stiffness in that lower back, just from a gentle stretch in the hamstrings. And the floor's always there for you to lie down and do a hamstring stretch if you need to. We just get so busy during our days. So one more time on each side. Inhaling to center, exhaling to the other side. We're going to come up now. So let's use that boat pose. Come up into that V shape. Good. And then feet come down on the floor. We're going to flip ourselves over and come into child's pose. Now, child's pose, your version, either knees wide, feet together, or you can go really, really narrow with those knees and bring your forehead down to the floor. So we're relaxing in this pose here, feeling the stretch down the back of your body. Similar to when we were hugging our knees into our chest, but we're in a different orientation here. And then reach your hands out in front of you. Elbows are up off the floor, arms are nice and straight. Inhale and see, as you exhale, if you can just sink a little lower into your hips. Just wiggle those shoulders from side to side. That stretch in the back of the body. We're going to do a side bend here. So keeping your head low, inhale, and as you exhale, walk your hands over to one side, whichever side feels like it needs it most. And this is going to stretch that upper back. If you are using a block, can't quite see there, Penny, and move the block so that your forehead can rest on it. Stretching all the way from the armpit down to the hip. Very little effort needed here. We just put our body in the right position and breathe. So take a really big inhale and exhale. Next inhale brings us back to center, walking those hands over, and the exhale takes us over to the other side. Forehead down, elbows still up, we're still reaching away, but we've got a side bend here as well. Inhaling, exhaling, and then the next inhale brings us back center. We're going to come up to all fours and start to move backwards and forwards in those hips. The hips come forwards as we inhale and backwards as we exhale. So you may not come all the way back to child's pose, or maybe you do. Maybe you come more to puppy pose here. So inhaling as you come forward, your fingers are spread. You're going to squeeze your glutes and you're going to look up. Lovely movement through the back of the body. That's it. Exhaling, forehead comes down to the ground, hips maybe up. Inhaling, coming forwards. Up. And exhaling, sinking back into puppy pose. Nice. Come back up to all fours. So you may need to bring your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. And exhale into a cat stretch. So rounding through your back, tucking your chin towards your chest. Inhale into cow. Stretch through the front of your throat. Look up. Belly button down. Cat stretch again. Really exhaling here, pulling your belly towards your spine. Inhaling, looking up, lowering your belly. One more time, so one more cat stretch. One more cow. Nice, and then come back to that neutral tabletop position. Just wiggle your hips from side to side here. Walk your hands a little bit further forwards. We're going to come up into a down dog. Tuck your toes under, push into the heels of your hands, and as you exhale, dive your head between your elbows, push your heels down. And you can spend a little bit of time here in your down dog, pushing one heel and then the other one down. Familiar feeling of the stretch of the hamstrings, which we've pre-warmed up. A lovely stretch in the upper back, which we pre-warmed up as well with the child's pose. And then just come a nice still down dog, pushing your heels down, grounding through the heels of your hands. And inhale and come forwards, align your hands over, your shoulders over your hands, lower your knees and exhale back into child's pose. So forehead comes down to the ground. Come up to all fours. Exhale, send your left leg out behind you. So long straight leg here. This is a half a bird dog. Really good move here for that back. Now, pat, bring your shoulders a little further forwards. That's it. And lift your belly up. Belly up. Good. And then bring that leg down. Reset here. Make sure your core is switched on. Shoulders over wrists. And then send that right leg out behind you. Lovely bird dog. So you're looking down at the floor here. Neck in line with spine, Penny. I know I'm not because I'm looking at you. That's it. And then bring the foot down and exhale back. The child's pose. That's just to get those glutes working. And inhale and come up to all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale back to down dog. And we're going to do a three-legged dog. So lift your right leg up. Keep your hips even. Also, this is also going to activate those glutes. Stretching the other hamstring. Bring the right leg down. Reset both heels down. Inhale and lift that left leg up. Lovely. Nice stretch through the front of the hips as well. And then bring that foot down. Push back into your down dog. Inhale, come forwards into that high plank. Gently lower your knees and tuck your elbows tight. Come down to the floor. However works best for you. Good. Now we're going to bring our elbows where those hands were and come into Sphinx pose. A little back bend here, supported by the ground. So looking out at the horizon. Look at me if you're not sure. And really lifting out of your joints here. So you get to a point where you can't actually lift anymore because your upper arm's only so long, but you can really lift yourself out of your joints. And at the same time, you're pushing your hips down into the ground and squeezing your glutes. Lovely supported back bend here. Good. Big inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down where your elbows were. Tuck your toes under. Come up to all fours to start off with. Good. And then back to down dog. Yeah, lovely stretch down the back of the body. And then come forwards, shoulders over wrists, gently lower your knees and turn to face me. We're going to sit cross-legged, facing each other. If you need to sit on a block, you can. I'm still sitting on my block and figuring out how to do this cross-legged stuff. There we go. Now, grounding down through your sit bones, lifting up through your shoulders, so lifting up through your chest and bringing your shoulders down. You can bring your hands onto the fronts of your shoulders. And we're just going to move gently side to side. So here we're twisting through the torso. That big line of fascia down the body, down the back of the body. Good. And then come back center. And we're going to rotate those elbows backwards, so bringing a little bit of movement to those shoulders. Make sure your wrists are comfy. Don't have them in an uncomfortable position. Everyone's got different mobility in their wrists. Mine don't do very much. And then in the other direction, moving the shoulders forward. One more time, and then bring those arms out and bring them onto your knees. So again, inhaling and lifting up through your chest. Exhaling, relaxing those shoulders down. We're going to do some side bends here. So inhale those arms up. Exhale, bring them back down again, really reaching out of the shoulders. Right hand is going to come up. As you inhale, left hand finds the floor softly, soft bend in that elbow. Exhaling up and over. Nice stretch down the side of the body. Inhale back to center. We're going to go back into a side bend. You can move your arm a little further if you feel like you've got a bit more space here. So working with those rib muscles here, those breathing muscles, all in the rib cage here. Stretching them out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Just checking in here, both hips are still firmly grounded. Neck is in line with spine, so that head is relaxed. And just reaching with that arm now, stretching down the side of the body. Lovely. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, the hands float down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So inhaling that left hand up and exhaling into that side bend. The right hand is soft on the floor, the elbow is soft. Inhale, reach up, expand through the ribs. Maybe that right hand moves. Exhale, we come a little deeper here. Now I'm a lot stiffer on this side, I can feel that. And that's just my dodgy shoulder. Inhaling to center. Exhaling to the other side. Oh, nice stretch. And then inhale and just reach as you exhale with that hand. Lovely. Then inhale back to center. And exhale down. We're going to do a seated twist now. So right hand is going to reach over that left thigh. And inhale and lift your chest. Exhale that left hand either on the floor behind you or into this opposite waist. Inhaling, lifting, and exhaling. Use those arms. Use the pull into the fingertips. Pull yourself into a twist. Again, inhaling and exhaling. Just pull that body. Oh. Inhale back to center. So inhale those arms back to center and exhale them down. So just resetting, making sure your chest is high, shoulders are down. Take the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Right hand comes either behind, in contact with the floor, or into the waist. Inhale and lift, and exhale. You're there already into that lovely twist. Inhaling, lifting, and exhaling, twisting a little bit further. And then let it go and inhale. Back to center. Both hands down. Now, if you've got a block, pull it out. And you're going to come into that 90-90 position, which gives us a nice stretch in the hips. Similar or the start of a pigeon pose, but we're not going to come into a pigeon pose here today. We're just going to do this 90-90. So keeping that front foot flexed, having your chest towards your knee and your hands frame that knee. Inhale and lift your chest. And this might be as far as you want to go, or maybe you want to come down with that exhale. Again, inhaling and exhaling, maybe coming down a little further. I'm going to give you a stretch in those glutes, a stretch in that lower back. The previous twist we were doing was more in the upper back. And then maybe the next exhale brings you all the way down to the floor. Now, the floor might be just too far away. You've got your hands here, you can use them. Just to place your hand down. Once your body is relaxed, it's similar to that child's pose where you just put yourself in the right position and breathe. And gravity does the rest. Big inhale, big exhale. The next inhale, we're going to push away from the floor, pop the legs over to the other side. Moving slowly and with kindness, keeping that front foot flexed. Got my little block here ready because I know that the floor is too far away from me. So chest coming towards the knee, that front foot is flexed, hands are framing that knee. You're there already, Penny. Inhaling, and as you exhale, come down. Now, Pat, if you want to relax your arms a bit here, you can bring those hands underneath your face so that you've got something to relax down onto. Feeling that lovely stretch in the glutes and in the hip flexor. Excuse me. Inhaling, exhaling and relaxing down. Okay, let's inhale and come back up again. Get rid of the block if we've used one.